This morning, I'm going to be showing you how to do a pasta fagioli. It's with some vegetables. What I did last night, I actually, you can either soak your beans overnight or you can use the pressure cooker. I actually use the pressure cooker or an Instapot if you have an Instapot, but you can soak them. I have the white lima beans. I put fresh rosemary, some bay leaf, some red pepper flakes, salt and pepper, and I soaked them overnight. And as you see, you've got like a nice kind of, you know, thick juice, and you're going to use this soup. You're going to use this juice from the beans in your soup. Alrighty. So I have my oil heating. All right. I'm going to put some onion. I'm not going to use all the onions because I have leek as well. I'm going to use some leeks. We're going to get them started up. Put the leeks in there. Let them saute for a few minutes. Right. I've got it on high. I'm going to add some garlic. Get it going. Might as well chuck it all in there. And some celery. Right, once these have wilted down a little bit, we're going to, I'll probably have to come back to it because it's going to take a couple of seconds for it to wilt down. I don't want to do it too soon because we want to get all the flavors of the vegetables, the garlic and all that into the soup. Although we've got loads in the beans, this will just give it like some extra. Okay, so I'll let that wilt a minute and then I'll talk about a little bit what it looks like after, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to add in. All right, so this is the pasta fagioli that's done. I have lima beans in here. I wanted to buy Swiss chard, but I picked up cow. I don't know how I done it, but I did. So I added the cow to it. It's got pasta in it and, you know, the rosemary, the lima beans and all that. So you can definitely, it's a delicious soup to eat. It's nice and hearty for this time of year. You can add the Parmesan cheese at the end. So you just want to grate a little bit of Parmesan, add some Parmesan cheese, and it is kicking. Today, I made just ginger water. You can add honey to it. You can have it hot or cold. You know, this is really good and satisfying. You can have it sweet with a little bit of honey or just how it is. Delicious, delicious. All right, so we've been making this ginger tea for years in Smart. Right, so you see that's just doing. Right. I'm going to add a touch of, you can use white wine vinegar, just a touch, just to get it off the pan. So you get all the flavors in there. Then I'm going to add tomatoes. Right, so I'm going to add a can of tomatoes. Get them in going, saute them all. You can use vegetable broth or chicken broth, whatever you have. We're going to add some chicken broth. Okay. What nice. You see that's all coming together. So I have the beans ready here. I'm just going to tip them in. Now I use the fire roasted tomatoes. I actually think they taste better.
Oh, I like those too, the fire roasted.
Yeah, they taste really good. I'm going to bring that up, and then I'm going to add, I've just ripped the cow in little pieces, and I'm going to add that in. You know, I don't want it to get too sloppy, so I'm just going to add that towards the end, and then the pasta. You can actually pre-do your pasta if you prefer. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it in the soup broth. Of course, some salt and pepper. Just add some salt and pepper to it. Have that all measured out ready. And that is your soup. So I'll add the pasta after. Hopefully, if it boils, I'll be able to show you by the end of the class with the cow in it and everything.
Quick question. You said that you put some of the Parmesan rind in
Oh,
the.
yes. When I soaked it, I put a piece of the Parmesan rind. That's why my Parmesan is actually a little bit chunked out. You can see I put a little piece of the rind into the beans and I soaked it.
Yeah,
overnight.
That's a great idea because it gives a little bit of like a creamy flavor to the broth as
Exactly.
the beans cook. Now we, on top of that, pasta fagioli. Oh, by the way, fagioli means bean in Italian, so that's why it's called pasta fagioli soup. So now I'm gonna show you a winter salad. So they're gonna be this time. This is gonna wonder after Thanksgiving and all. If you had pie or cake or something, you want to like detox a little bit on top of that delicious ginger water that you can start doing. And for the winter, some hearty salads. So sometimes in the winter, just like a little bit of greens and a tomato doesn't really cut it in terms of like heartiness. So I wanted to show you this really simple grain salad. So I'm going to start showing you a couple of things. One, I wanted to just go over with you one technique that is important for this salad is blanching vegetables. We've done it before and I've shown you, but I just want to quickly show you. So for our salad, we're going to have some zucchini, some green beans, some carrots. These are all I already blanched. I haven't blanched these, so I wanted to show you quickly how to do it as I assemble the salad. But I have my pot, covered pot, but also already boiling. You see that boiling? That's a liquid that I already used for blanching. Has a little bit of salt, but see that nice rolling boil? That's how I want it. And I'm gonna put my cut green beans, just like that. Now, key, very important, do not cover once you put the vegetables. If you want nice, vibrant vegetables in it, keep uncover and let it boil and let the steam go out. If you cover them, you get like brown green beans and brown broccoli or like much faded colors for the greens. And we do want kind of these colors, right? These have already been blanched, but they see how they kept a lot of its green. So it's something that it does when you cover it, that it's kind of like the, I guess it's the steam kind of, I don't know what it does, but it definitely does, messes the color of them. So, and once you put them in, you're gonna put in and out. If you have a little like this one, I call it a spider or a little basket, you put it on. One key thing I want you to always have once you blanch them. So this is a salad and it can be room temperature. You can also have it warm. But once you put them in, it's just a couple of minutes when the water is boiling. I'll show you again. So now you can always like grab one piece and try them. It needs a little bit more. But always, I have it on the side here, cold water. The moment I'm gonna take them out, I'm gonna immediately put them in cold water. It doesn't have to have ice, it's just cold, but you wanna shock them. That's what it calls, shock them. And it's just to allow them to stop cooking because they will continue cooking as they stand there. So that's why you want to put them right into the water. So while those cook, I'm going to show you how to do for our salad. So I have brown rice here. Put some. This is a great recipe. If you order brown rice in the takeout, the Chinese takeout or something, you had leftover cooked rice. You can do it with white. Of course, we prefer brown. That's a great one to use it. It's already been cooked and this is like cold, but it's a great one to reuse it. Otherwise, you can make it your own. If you want other grains, like for example, I have here some barley. You can cook the barley and use that one, or a combination of them. You could put some quinoa, so you name whatever grain you have. And so what we're gonna do is this is pesto. Pesto, I remember we already had your class. I think Sam did it, make her own pesto, with fresh basil, all that. It's not gonna be as available or as good, the basil right now, but sometimes you've seen them in the stores. There's like these jars. So get like maybe 2 tablespoons, it has, or definitely it's oil, it has pine nuts, the basil. So get a couple of tablespoons into the rice right there. That's how you're seasoning it. Then you're gonna toss it like that. Okay. And then this is your seasoned rice. So You see how now it just immediately changes and adds the fresh color. If you have some fresh herbs, you can add them fresh herbs too. But this is a great one. This is why the works in the winter. So now you're gonna just add the vegetables that I have. So I have some carrots, about a cup. I'm gonna put some of those green beans that I already blanched. I have some chickpeas. You can use chickpeas. You can use lentils. You can do whatever you have. You have a little bit of like diced chicken. You can add it as well. And just as I did with the rice, I'm just gonna toss them, and it's gonna get nice and flavorful. At this point, you can add a little bit of pepper. If you want chili flakes, if you want a little spicy in it, you can do that too. But see, all of these are already blanched. I also have zucchini here that I also like cut it in half moons and blanch it like this. So I have the zucchini kind of like a little bit at the end. I don't want to squash it. So you see how I do that, like tossing motion like that. So I coat all of them with the pesto flavor and all the veggies like that. So this is a hearty salad, and you can make a big batch and keep it in the refrigerator. You want it warm? That's fine. You could just add it in the microwave lightly or saute them quickly. That all works. I want to add just a couple more now fresh stuff. I have a pepper, so I'm going to. You don't even have to have a lot of the pepper in, but just a little bit. Fresh. This is if you have roasted peppers, you can use the roasted peppers and dice them too. I just like a little bit of the crunch and the sweetness of the red pepper. So I actually use like, for this amount, I can do half a pepper or even less. And I have some red onion that I'm also gonna dice. All these bite-sized pieces. It's a little bit of, and then I'm gonna put a little bit, actually, this is like a half onion. I'm gonna put just like a quarter of it. So I'm going to dice it. If you have white onion, that's fine. I like red onions in my salads. They're a little sweeter, but either works. If you have scallions, you can use scallions too. You can just like that. And then chop it a little smaller. And go ahead, put it in. So here's our salad. Look how beautiful the colors. Remember all the colors that we always saying in your dishes?
Colors of the rainbow.
You have. Yep.
Yeah.
Colors of the rainbow. If you have like corn, like you can also add like corn, make it a little bit more, I guess, Southwest. And don't forget, now I have my blanching. So I'll just like take them right out of this and into, I have another bowl here.
Do you use ice water, JP?
Yeah, I'm using, it's pretty cold right now from but you can add a little bit of ice. Just put it directly in your, you see it? Yeah. So just pick it up. Also, by all means, keep that water that you blanch all the vegetables. I added a little bit of salt. I think I said that before. But that's the blanching. That's how you shuck them right away. And it also will keep them stop from cooking and keep them nice and colorful too. Keep that water I was saying, and that one I'm going to use for like making rice or for as a base for soup or anything like that. That's nutrients in there that stayed there while we were blanching. So no need to waste that. Okay, so this is my salad. So at this point, you can add more things that you want. I want to serve it a little bit with, so as a salad, I have some baby spinach in it, a little bit of tomatoes on there. And so just go like that and put them right in the middle. And you know, that oil and all the cheese in the pesto and the garlic, all of that is what's going to really season and flavor your salad. So that's how it's going to go. And yeah, it's great. It's really hearty and it's really good for you.
I'm going to run back to my soup just so they can see. I actually just it started boiling while you was on. So I just want them
looks
to
great.
see the pasta's in there. The beans are in there, the broke up cow. As I said, you could use Swiss chard, which I wanted to use, but I picked up the wrong thing. So we have what we have.
Any
All right,
greens will
so
work, by baby
yeah,
spinach.
spinach,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I have I actually put a little bit more rosemary in there because I love the taste of
flavor,
rosemary.
yeah.
I'm just gonna pull that out towards the end. All right, so that's your soup, and you just grate on your Parmesan cheese at the end. Okay.
Could be considered a salad that is high in fiber? Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
There's fiber in the chickpeas, in the brown rice, in the spinach. Everything here has a lot of high fiber. And remember, it's really good for you to have those insoluble fibers in there for removing waste in your gut. So yes, it's a great one.
Okay, I have a question about the red wine vinegar. You can use an alternative, the red or white wine vinegar. The alcohol does burn off, but if you're not comfortable using it, it's totally understandable. And for me, I would definitely, you can actually use a little bit of grape juice, white grape juice. I saw in, I actually looked this morning as alternatives. So definitely, or you can just leave it out altogether. There's so much flavor in this soup. Or apple cider. Yep.
Apple cider or the white distilled vinegar. All those are great options too. Yeah.
Yeah.
The balsamic too.
Yeah. And I just took a tiny touch of it, but as I said, the alcohol does burn off, but 100%, if you're not comfortable, please, use them things that we just mentioned.
Like these recipes, we'll post them there in our Facebook page. Make sure that you make them, take pictures, see, and let us know how it went, if you liked it or if you added something different, because you are the chef, so you know better and you cook what you have, right? So
Stay safe, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye.
bye, everyone.